All right, here we go. So, um, have you guys read the whole Frankenstein book before?
Yes.
Cool. It was cool because like my whole life I'm just like, oh, Frankenstein is the monster, but
Yeah.
Frankenstein is not the monster. The monster is the
Yeah.
monster, and Frankenstein is a scientist. Ah, crazy. But okay, so we can just start right away.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what details are seen as horrible here, and why might they be seen as horrible? So I
There,
kind of like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you can go ahead, and
Okay.
I'll add it after.
Okay. Cool. Like she even talked about it right away. Like we can just go off of it, but like the yellowness and like
Hmm.
yellow eyes and everything, and I like looked up because I remember in one of my classes like colors have a meaning specifically, and so like yellow can mean like caution and sickness, and which
Yeah.
just like makes sense because like that I think it's jaundice when their eyes are yellow with their
Oh yeah.
so just like it can be cheerful and stuff, but a lot of times it's like a signal of like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Adding to that, yeah, I agree that yellow represents sickness and being unhealthy. Like, do you know the biohazard symbols? They always
Oh
have the color
yeah.
yellow, like hazard
They're
symbols. A lot of
yellow.
them contain yellow, which
Hmm.
kind of represents like a warning and that something's wrong.
Yeah. Also, like in the book, there's a lot of illnesses. Like the guy, he goes through sickness a lot, and so I think, oh no, Raylene is gone.
That's okay. We can just keep going. She'll come back.
Okay. I just thought of like it could be seen as like contagious. Like he's sick a lot, and he gets sick a lot from stress. So maybe it's seen as like stress or like a bad like omen. The color yellow or sickness in
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
So I'm just typing away.
No, go
No,
ahead.
you're fine.
And also, in addition to that, I feel like the yellow eyes and his yellow skin is the only thing that really distinguishes him from the rest of us.
Mm,
So it's like a deep contrast between what makes us human and him a
yeah.
monster, which is why they keep repeatedly saying yellow skin, yellow eyes, in
Yeah.
contrast to like his like lustrous black hair and
Mm,
teeth of pearly whiteness. It helps show how unhumane he is. Well, at least
yeah.
outward appearance wise.
It's so funny because like if you think of someone who has lustrous, like how he described lustrous black hair and
Yeah.
white teeth, you're just like, wow. But then beautiful things mixed with these contrast of like scary things, it's like, ew, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. It's true. That's true.
Just write that down.
Um,
The luscious hair.
Yeah, I really like that quote. The one with his hair was of a lustrous black. It's in chapter 5.
mm.
I think we could
Oh
use
yeah,
that.
that's I have pulled up.
Yeah. And it says, but these luxuriances only formed a more horrid contrast with his watery eyes.
Yeah. The watery eyes was interesting too. Like we
Yeah,
talked about how they were yellow
and
and
now they're
watery
watering.
also.
Like
So it's
also
like
just yeah, sorry.
another sickness thing. No, it's just when I get sick, my eyes water. So
Seriously, like oh, are they watering right now for you? You're sick?
a little bit, yeah.
Aw.
When I get colds, my eyes just like I just cry.
Aw. Um, only for no more.
Oh
Yeah, that was
no.
good. Yeah. Um,
Raylene says her network connection keeps hanging up the
Yeah.
call. Maybe we should just tell her to
oh,
send us her notes if she has
yeah.
any.
Do
Mhm.
you mind?
I'll just text her right now. I'll message it.
Cool. And you know what else was really? Where was it? Because we have to focus a lot on like this one
Chapter 5.
focuses on chapter 5,
Yeah.
and so it was kind of cool, like a little bit down just like that huge horrid contrast. Like he talked about Dante.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, and like Dante, he's did all like the levels of hell or whatever, right?
Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and so like even with his idea of all the like horrible things, like the monster comes nowhere close to that. Like he's just even
Yeah.
worse, which is crazy.
Yeah. So he's worse than anything you see in hell. That's basically what Mary's trying to say.
Mm.
Yeah, crazy. Like, and it's so I feel so bad for him because he's just like,
I know.
what's going on? And everyone's like, oh, you're worse than Dante. You know what I mean? Like,
And he's so sweet at first, and then when everyone turns on him, then he's like, "Oh, maybe I am a monster."
he's like, I'll show you a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Raylene said maybe in the future it might be better if we meet as a group and record it with the app.
I just like it's just hard to do that because we're all at different places, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We'll
figure it out. Yeah.
figure it out. Yeah.
Another quote that I like from chapter 5 on his complexion or his outer appearances. Towards the end, it says his shriveled complexion and straight black lips, which is also another sign of his kind of signs of being sick during that time, like black lips.
And like shriveled complexion, like old looking, like
weak.
Yeah.
And like wrinkly.
Yeah.
And like it even talks about like with that like shrivelness, like even at the beginning, it talks about how his yellow skin like barely covers his muscles and arteries.
Oh yeah,
just you know what I mean, so it's like sticking through, shriveled and yellow, and
which also proves that he's human like the rest of us. He has his muscles, arteries, everything is same inside. It's just the outside that's different, and which makes everyone fear him so much, which is very depressing.
Yeah. Something else that I noticed is like people get scared when they're scared of him in general, but he smiles at them, like he looks over his bed and he's like smiling at him when he wakes up, and everyone's like, ah! But I think it's because of all his other. Because if it's just someone smiling, you're gonna be like, oh, happy smile. But if you look creepy in every other way and you're smiling, then that like makes it worse.
Seriously. Like even just like you're smiling, and then even if you like make huge eyes and smile, you're like,
yeah. Or if your eyes are watering and you're smiling, people are like, what's going on? Like you're so confusing. So maybe that just like confused people because he didn't look like he was a good person or a happy, or he looked scary, but he was also smiling.
Yeah, you're just like,
poor guy.
Seriously. Let's see, watery eyes. Oh, like his. Okay, so it also talked about convulsion motion.
Yeah.
So like even how scary is that when someone starts convulsing? You know what I mean? You're like so it's even scary like seeing, like, I know this is very sad, but like if you see like this little girl that's like convulsing, like it's really scary.
Yeah,
but, like, if
they use that in scary movies.
Yeah, and like, but if you add them, if they're completely like horrifying, it's like amplified times 1,000. I feel like, because you're just like,
it's true.
Are they gonna kill me or something?
Yeah.
So for this essay, are we trying to find like characteristics that make him so horrible? That's the purpose, right?
Yeah, we're on the first question, so like, what are the details? So I think a lot of the essays about these details that she used, or Mary or Shelley used. So, because like she said, for instance, why might yellow eyes be seen as horrible? So we talked about it. So like, if the next step kind of is the same throughout. Talk about why each detail might be important and what associations might we have with that detail. And so we just have to talk about as many details as we can in 3
Okay.
minutes. So,
Then there's this quote I really like from chapter 7.
oh, okay.
You can find it. It starts with a flash of lightning. So I'll read it. It says, "A flash of lightning illuminated the object and discovered its shape plainly to me, its gigantic stature, and the deformity of its aspects, more hideous than belongs to humanity, instantly informed me that it was the wretch, the filthy demon, to whom I had given life." I feel like that really well describes how Victor feels about the creature he created.
Is that like
Yeah.
right after he found out that the monster killed his little brother?
I
The lightning.
I think that might
I think
be
that's
before, like he sees
it's
him, and
around
then,
that part.
yeah, but it's definitely around that part.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And like it's kind of crazy because I just think about like how did the monster know to kill? You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
killing something would. But that's a whole
Oh
different
yeah,
story
that's
to
true.
talk about.
Yeah, that's different.
All right, so what are some other details? We talked about convulsing. We talked about how his yellow eyes.
Very gigantic stature.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
his huge. I'll highlight that.
Mhm.
Gigantic. So he's huge and
He's
scary.
huge. He's hideous, deformed. They call him demon.
I don't know if this is in that category, but I thought it was interesting in chapter 5 when he talks about how he had selected his features as beautiful, but everything together for some reason was ugly.
Oh yeah.
So like I wonder like if that has a lot of significance because he tried to make it a beautiful creature, like he selected all these beautiful parts, but when they were put together, it didn't turn out like he thought, I guess. Like at the beginning of chapter 5.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was doing this all to like kind of face or deal with the grief he had from his mom passing away, right?
I think so. I think that's part of it, yeah.
Just talking about how like making everything together, and then like the 1, 2, 3, the fourth paragraph down. He talks about how like I had gazed on him while unfinished, and he was ugly then.
Mm,
But when the muscles and joints, like when he started moving,
mm,
it was even more horrible. So like
Yeah.
just to go along with what you were saying about how he put everything
yeah.
together, but it was just like getting uglier and uglier and uglier.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I feel like I've had like art projects like that where I'm like, oh, this is pretty. Oh, I'll add some glitter. Oh, this is a nice color. And then when everything gets together, it's just really ugly.
Also, just like, well, if I had something pretty, it'll make it better, and it's just like
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Or when
so
you
funny.
mix really pretty colors together and it turns like brown, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that actually. I might even use that. All the beautiful. Click save. Don't want to lose that. All right. What about? Yeah, you said you demonical corpse to which I had miserably given life.
Yeah. They call him like all types of words: demon, beast, wild beast, mummy.
Yeah.
And
Name.
even like the setting and the atmosphere whenever the creature is mentioned is always dark, rainy, and very
Mm,
depressing, which kind of amplifies
mm-hmm.
his hideous nature.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
I like that. We could even talk about um so when the monster came to see Frankenstein when he was in his room, his like jaw opened and he muttered articulate sounds while a grin wrinkled his cheeks. So like
Oh yeah,
even just
I
like
remember that part. I
Yeah.
imagined like gross, like
I know.
You
you know
normally
what?
don't say jaw open. You say like mouth open
That's
from
true.
the
Yeah.
But
jaw.
his jaw.
Yeah.
You know what I thought of though? I thought of this is so weird. I thought of when you put like a mud mask on your face and then when it dries and you smile and it like wrinkles
Like
and it like starts like coming off. That's what I thought of.
totally.
It's so gross.
Totally. And like and just like when you add that muttering like of words we don't understand, you're just
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
Yeah. And in that part of the story, he doesn't speak English yet either, so he wasn't saying anything that could have been understood.
Yeah.
And this really deeply contrasts with everything like we've been talking about this semester about like beauty and how paleness is considered beautiful, smoothness, while Frankenstein's creation is the very opposite of that, of everything we read.
It's true. Wow. Is that a sneeze?
That was a loud sneeze.
You
Like
guys could
I
hear that
heard it
too.
from here. Like in real
Yeah.
life. All the way across campus. I can hear it.
Oh my gosh.
This is what happens when you do it in a public place.
Totally.
You
Okay,
could
so
hear it.
Frankenstein contrasts compared to everything we've studied so far.
Yeah.
Especially like Berg's standards of beauty, like smoothness, gracefulness, pale skin,
Smallness, because he's so
smallness.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Literally the opposite of everything
Yeah.
we consider or they consider beautiful.
All right, let's see. His friend came. Hear everything in the beginning. It's just funny because like Frankenstein spent so much time, like years, building him, and
Yeah.
then like he didn't even give him a chance. You know, he just
Yeah.
he's so ugly.
Just ran away. Yeah.
Yeah, that made me really sad. Like I was like, because you hear a lot of it from the monster's point of view, like when he's telling his story, and you're just like, oh, like I would have given you love. Like you didn't have to kill everyone. It's so nice.
Seriously, holy cow.
Yeah, all he wanted was to be loved and to love someone. And just the one thing stopped him from having a happy life.
Yeah. And
It's
like
really,
when he was starting to build the female monster and he like looked in the window and he did his smile again and then he destroyed it and he was like, nope, never mind. And I was like, that's so mean. Just give him a woman. Like
It's a lady.
that's all he wants.
Man. Yeah, it's funny, like Frankenstein almost killed himself making the monster, and yet he was like, or I just read it. For this I deprived myself of rest and health.
Yeah, he gets super sick.
Super sick, disgust filled my heart. I'm just trying to find any more details of the monster we could talk about in this chapter.
Yeah.
Because we covered a lot, I think.
Yeah.
maybe we could talk about like people's reaction towards him. Like in chapter 16, like a boy says to him, like, let me go, monster, ugly wretch. You wish to eat me and tear me to pieces. You are an ogre. let me go or I will tell my papa.
Mm.
So a lot of it, it's how people reacted towards him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Calling him monster, ugly.
Yeah.
Right.
I also.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what? Oh,
Go ahead.
what?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I was thinking of like details that aren't physical with the creature. Like, he's very smart. He's very smart. Like, he learned English from listening to people through a peephole. Like, he learned how to read, like, all by himself. Like, I don't know. I think that
Yeah.
was important in some way, but I don't know. It was interesting.
And it's kind of cool, like, sorry, I'm still stuck in chapter 5, but like,
No, there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
like, maybe, because I just can't, like, thought of it now, but when Frankenstein's in his bed and he's like thinking about what he just did, and he falls asleep, and then he has a dream about Elizabeth and how
Oh,
she
yeah.
transforms
Yeah.
into his mom. So he like immediately relates, like like he made life, but he relates it to death still. Like,
Yeah,
so
that's interesting. Yeah.
he's seeing Frankenstein as this thing of death, which he ended up being because he was killing everyone he ever knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's interesting. Also, can I just say it's really weird to me that he like was really scared of this monster and then just runs into a different room and falls asleep. And I'm like, you realize that it's still in your house, right?
He's
Like,
still there.
you can't just
Idiot.
escape it in your dreams.
Seriously.
And then he's surprised to find it when he wakes up. Like, why are you surprised? You left it there. Like,
Why are you so surprised? Okay, well, I think I got a lot here, which is good, and I feel bad for Raylene.
She sent her notes in the group message, so you probably, she just
Here
sent it.
is.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Heart. Awesome. Okay, thanks guys for reading at this time. Like, it helps a lot, I think. But
yeah, to do it earlier.
yeah. The guy back there. Okay, yeah, have a good day, everyone, and
You too.
a good weekend. And
yeah, you too.
thanks. I'll just like, if I need anything, I'll just send something in the message. If that's
yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
Bye.
Bye.